All right, fellas, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. So, I wanted to talk about why fat loss is more simple than you guys think. Now, I'm going to make another video about fat loss and weight loss. I know I made it, but I feel like people didn't really understand what I meant by it because they're asking the same questions. But this is going to be the truth about fat loss and why you need to stop wasting your time in the gym, how to stop wasting your time in the gym, and how to actually be efficient and effective in the gym. Because best believe, I used to think in order to get a physique like this, you have to take steroids, or you have to spend 3 hours in the gym, or you have to do 5 miles of running a day, and you had to do CrossFit and 2 hour workouts or some shit like that. And in reality, it's 1 hour workout, strength training, and zero fucking cardio. That is what I'm doing. All right. But it's just about the efficiency in which I do it and the focus of my energy and my intention with everything that I do. All right. So let's get into it. All right. So obviously, this is not going to be for those who make excuses, be blaming your height and genetics, right? Oh my God, I store fat because of this, that. Blah, 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 blah. Always chasing instant gratification. Obviously, this is not for you. If you're impatient, it's not for you. All that shit. All right. So here's why most men are going to stay stuck when it comes to losing fat in general. All right. And I see this all the time in the gym. I know you guys see it all the time in the gym too. If you go to your gym and you don't think you see this, just think about all the people who have been in the gym for a long period of time and they still haven't made any progress, or they've been trying to lose fat or that stubborn fat for so long. No stubborn fat, no such thing. It's only stubborn habits. All right. I've seen so many people literally just working their ass off in the gym, not doing what they need to do. All right. Here's the thing: you might be training hard, but not seeing changes, right? Because it doesn't matter how hard you train. Like it's all about if it's going towards your goal. All right. Because some people they train super hard and they eat like shit. That is not aligning with their goals. You need to be a beast mode in all aspects of your life. All right. You need to do working out how you do the kitchen. All right. The same shit. Like if you go hard in the gym, go hard in the fucking kitchen. All right. A lot of you guys think you're doing everything right because you're guesstimating. You might be like, I swear I don't eat that much. Measure the shit. Track the shit. All right. Workouts aren't going to be the main driver of fat loss. Fat loss means that you're in a deficit as far as energy balance. So you can work hard in the gym, you can burn a lot of fat in the gym, but if you eat more fat than you burn, if you eat more calories than you burn, guess what? You're not going to lose fat. All right. Nutrition and consistency are going to be your best friend, and that's why I always stress it. That shit will take you further than anything else. This this physique was built off of nutrition and consistency, not off of going super hard in the gym and trying to kill myself in the gym or doing 2 hours in the gym. All right. That's not what did it. All right. It's just understanding the equation. All right. It's basic math. If you burn more or eat less than you burn, then guess what? You are going to lose fat. So keep going to the gym, keep burning calories, keep doing 20K steps and wasting your time. And I'm just going to make sure that I'm consuming less than I'm burning and that what I'm consuming is high protein and quality. That's simple. All right. So this is going to be all about actually losing the fat, maintaining the fat loss, and what you need to focus on. Because, like the video is titled, fat loss is more simple than a lot of you guys think. You guys just overcomplicate the shit. And then you guys get mad at me when I simplify. You're like, it's not that easy. Not for you because you're overcomplicating it for no reason. And a lot of you guys believe I just need to train harder. So you do extra cardio, you do 2 hours in the gym, or you do 10 sets instead of 4 sets on the bench press. So you just have all this junk volume, right? And then a lot of you guys are like, I feel great. I sweated more. Just because you sweated more doesn't mean you're going to lose fat. Yes, you burn fat, but it doesn't mean you're going to lose fat. Burning fat and losing fat are not the same thing. Once you understand that, it's going to be easier for you to actually reach your goals. I'm going to say this one more time. Burning fat and losing fat are not the same things. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? If you burn more fat, which a lot of you guys do in the gym, you spend like this one dude, he used to spend an hour in the Stairmaster and then he used to spend 2 hours doing workouts. And then guess what? As soon as he leaves, he eats McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, whatever's across the street, and he overconsumes. So he's still in the calorie surplus. Therefore, he's not going to lose any fat. All right. Fat loss is consistent calorie control while in the gym, strength training, building that muscle mass. All right. The gym is to build muscle, not to lose fat directly. All right. A lot of you guys think that you go to the gym and because you did 2 hours, that's how you're losing fat. That is not how this shit works. Okay. So you need to understand that. Stop going to the gym and being like, man, I'm working hard. This isn't fair. Your results are a direct correlation of what you're doing. If you're not getting results from what you're doing, then you're just doing the wrong shit. Stop blaming other things. All right. Training is more so sculpting and building muscle to speed up your metabolism in the long term and to lose fat in the long term. But as far as actual fat loss, you got to be in that calorie deficit. All right. You're not going to outtrain the poor eating. I know a lot of you guys try it. It's not going to happen. All right. You've been trying. A lot of you guys have been trying for like 20 years to outtrain bad eating, and you keep getting mad when you can't do it. The reality is, it's not you can't do it. It's that you just is going against the equation. All right. If x plus y equals z, and then you change y and you put a, x plus a is not going to equal z. All right. It's x plus y equals z. Stop trying to redo the signs, specifically for yourself so you can stay in your comfort zone. You got to get out your comfort zone. Simple. Now, like I said, energy balance 10 fucking 1. Yes, I can eat all this sushi. I can eat all this shit, and I'm still gonna lose fat. Oh my gosh, what's going on? How are you doing that? Oh my god, you're cheating. It's a cheat meal. Now I don't eat like this all the time, but when I do, it's gonna fit in my macros. And if it didn't fit in my macros, one day of going over my macros also won't make me lose fat. The thing is, I'm very consistent, 90 to 95% of the time. So when I eat like this, it's not going to have a significant effect like it will on a lot of other people. Because a lot of other people, guess what? They're just binge eating 24/7. This is an average meal for most people every single fucking day. So if they eat this again, they're just going to gain more fat. But since I have a low body fat and I'm eating this, it's not going to make a big difference, right? It's really not going to, because 95% of the time I'm locked in and I'm eating the same fucking shit. All right. And surprisingly, on this day, this shit was still way below my maintenance. All right. Because all I had before this was like 400 calories of like straight protein and shit. So still way below my calories. Anyways, like I said, fat loss is going to happen when calories burned are more than calories eaten, or calories eaten are less than calorie burn. Simple. All right. That's what you need to focus on. Stop ignoring that shit. There will be no fat loss without that. It's not going to happen. So every food choice you make adds up. Not one meal. One bad meal is not going to take you away from your goals. One good meal is not taking you towards your goals. Okay. So if you lock in for 2 weeks on your nutrition, like a lot of you guys do, and you expect results, guess what? 2 weeks out of 52 weeks is not going to get you results. A lot of you guys start your journey, right? And you've eaten like shit for maybe 104 straight weeks, which is 2 years straight. And then you have 2 good weeks, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, where's my results? 2 good weeks of eating the bare minimum you should eat after 104 weeks of eating like shit, that's not going to offset it. All right. Now it's going to start you going in the right direction, but that's not going to offset everything, which is why you have to really change your perspective on food so you can consistently hit the macros, hit the protein that you need to. All right. The deficit can come from diet and movement, obviously, but from diet, it's going to be easier, right? It's going to be way easier, and it's going to be less risk of muscle loss. All right. And like I said earlier, it's not your genetics. Everyone who says genetics, just shut the fuck up. Honestly, it's just stupid. Now, nutrition is king. It's king. That's why I always talk about it. If you're a natural athlete, which it seems like there's not a lot these days because everyone's just juicing out of their minds, gaining 40 pounds and saying, oh, yeah, I'm still cut. No, I'm lean bulking. And they gain 40 pounds and they lose like 1% body fat. They're just on steroids. But anyways, training is important, but nutrition is your steroids if you're natural. All right. Because the quality of your nutrition is going to affect your performance in the gym. It's going to affect your body composition, your macros, like your protein intake, and then your energy and recovery, all that stuff, right? So yes, focus on the lean proteins, focus on the quality carbs, and stop going from one diet to another. Stop doing intermittent fasting and keto, and just realize that if you're trying to gain muscle, high protein, moderate surplus. If you're trying to lose fat, high protein, then moderate deficit. That's simple. Stop looking at things stop complicating shit by saying it has to be keto, it has to be fasting. No, the fuck it doesn't. Just eat in the deficit if you're trying to lose fat, eat in the surplus if you're trying to gain weight. Make sure it's whole foods. That's it. Stop overcomplicating. It's not that complicated. Stop overcomplicating it. Stop doing the carnivore, the fasting. Just eat high protein. It'll make you more full. Eat more fiber. You'll be more full. Eat more whole foods. You'll feel better. Simple. Now, obviously, workouts will still matter, right? Because strength training is going to build muscle and protect the muscle, of course, especially when you're losing fat and you're in a deficit. The muscle is going to keep the metabolism high during a deficit, and I cannot stress this enough. I will go deeper into this. Pause in the fat loss versus weight loss video because you guys do not understand this concept, and I see this shit every day. And people ask me this question, they hear the answer, and they still do the goofy shit. All right, so it's like, when you guys do this extra cardio and this extra work and you're like, I don't care, man, I'm going to do it. I need more work. I need to do more work. I feel great. You're literally just burning muscle. All right. And when you burn muscle, let's say you're in a cut, you wanted to lose weight faster. So now you burn 3 pounds more of muscle. Your metabolism is going to slow down. Your body composition is going to be affected. If you continually do that, now you're down 20 pounds, but you lost 10 pounds of muscle. Now your body fat percentage will actually be higher than when you started, right? And your metabolism will be slower. So now you really do have to kind of starve yourself to keep seeing the progress, right? Lifting is going to help your body composition, get you on body game, right? Don't skip the gym. Just know its fucking purpose. All right. A lot of you guys want to lose weight because you guys think that weight is the most important thing. But like I always say, it's fat. It's a whole different thing. It's not the same thing. So think of training as more so sculpting than just burning. All right. Think of it as sculpting. That's what you're doing in the gym. You're sculpting. All right. So 3 to 5 focus sessions per week are going to be enough to push pull legs, the upper lower. You know what I mean? Or a mixture of both. Or the bro split. They're all going to work if you're doing compound movements and you're making sure that you're progressively overloading. Now, prioritize protein, of course, because muscle protection and better recovery, that's going to help your body composition. Once you skyrocket that protein, you're going to notice your body composition changing. You're going to have more muscle, right? And your waist is going to start getting smaller, especially when you're in that deficit. You're going to start to sculpt out and start looking better, right? So I actually met a subscriber in the gym. Shout out to you, at EOS, and he was saying that like once he locked in on his nutrition and everything, his waist started getting smaller and he was looking swole. So you already know once he gets to that 10%, I mean, he's gonna be looking crazy type shit. But that's what happens when you really just locking on that nutrition. Yes, you're lifting heavy. A lot of people do that, but when you're locking on the nutrition, that gives you that V taper that you're looking for. All right, very very simple. zero point 0.8 to 1 gram per pound body weight. I do 0.8 to 1 gram per pound lean body mass because you're just trying to do that year round. A lot of you guys do 2 grams or 2 grams per pound body weight for 2 weeks out of the year, then quit. That's what most people do, just keeping it in the buck. The goal of prioritizing protein and eating more protein is, of like saying eat eggs, eat chicken, eat lean beef, all that stuff is so you eat more quality foods with vitamins and minerals. But so your protein intake is consistently higher. You need to be buying these foods so your protein intake is consistently higher. It should be every day. I don't care if it's Christmas. I don't care if it's your birthday. I don't care if it's a work day. I don't care if it's an off day. I don't care if you have COVID like I had last year. I still make videos the whole fucking week. You guys probably thought I wasn't that sick. I was fucking dying. But guess what? Nobody cares. All right. Like results, I care more than results do. Results don't give a shit. If you don't put in the work, you're not getting the results. All right. It's that simple. Stop making excuses. Now, metabolism explained. Your metabolism is not going to crash. It's not going to significantly slow down. What a lot of you guys don't realize is when you drop 40 pounds, hopefully you maintain muscle. But when you drop 40 pounds, you are a 40-pound less human being. You don't need as many calories. All right. Very, very simple. And as humans, we don't even need that many calories, which is why so many of us are fat as shit these days because we're just over consuming like crazy. We don't need that many calories. And a lot of women are always like, it's not fair that men, get to eat this many calories. It's like, listen, you're 5'4", you're supposed to be 130, and you're 250. Like, what are you talking about? Like, a lot of women are 5'4", 250, talking about it's not fair men get to eat more and lose weight faster. No, bitch, you're not supposed to weigh that much. You're supposed to be like 130 or 140, but you're just binge eating all the time and you got it to 250. Why as a 5'4" person would you want to be eating 3,000 calories a day anyways? Because most men shouldn't eat 3,000 calories a day either. All right. Now, it's going to adapt slightly as you lose fat and you lose body weight, obviously, but not like crazy. Like a lot of you guys are like, my metabolism crashed. It's like, no, it didn't. You just stopped tracking because, you got uncomfortable and you wanted to get in your comfort zone. So you wanted to snack more. All right. You're going to burn less because you weigh less, like I said, but it's not going to be as significant as a lot of you guys think. But you do want to avoid those starvation diets because, when you have that rebound hunger, you're literally going to be ready to eat a horse. Like you're literally going to eat everything in sight. All right. Common mistake number 1. All right. This this is the biggest mistake. Someone made this mistake probably this past weekend. You starve all week and then you binge on weekends, right? What happens when you starve all week? Well, your body's going to overcompensate and be like, yo, I haven't eaten enough calories this week. So guess what? You're going to binge on the weekend. One bad weekend will erase your deficit every single time. It's going to erase your deficit. So make sure that during the week, or make sure that you don't look as the weekend differently than the week, all right? And don't undereat during the week because even if I undereat during the week, I would overeat on the weekend every fucking time, all right? I'm not above it. If David Goggins underate during the week, he's probably going to overeat on the weekend. It's literally your body trying to survive. So stop trying to be an aggressive deficit. Like a lot of you guys go from eating 4,000 calories a day, which is how you got fat, and then you decrease it to 1,000 calories or something like that, or like 1,500, and then you wonder why you binged on the weekend. You could have ate 3,000 calories and lost fat, all right? So stay aware of the liquid calories and the liquor. Liquor is literally going to stop fat loss. It's the worst thing for building muscle as well. So stay away from that shit, right? Consistency over perfection. Now, if you drink, I work with bartenders who drink like 5 days a fucking week. They dropped it to 4, they saw results. They dropped it to 3, then 2, then 1. You know what I mean? They weaned off of it, right? That's how it is. It's about progress, not perfection. Now, for someone who drinks 1 day a week, they probably drop it to 1 drink. a week, and then they drop it to, one drink a month, and then they're done drinking. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about progress, not perfection. Everyone's journey is different because everyone starts somewhere different. Common mistake number 2, relying only on cardio. This is how I look, right? When people tell me like, yeah, man, I don't know what's going on, man. Like I watch your videos. I think it's I'm doing too much cardio, but I should be losing weight, man. And I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, well, right now I'm doing 5 days, an hour cardio, like 10 minutes lifting weights. And I'm just like, nigga, what? Obviously, you're not gonna reach your goals doing that shit. All right, you're gonna lose muscle, slow down your metabolism. You're gonna look sloppy. You're gonna look like a bag of milk. All right, focus on strength training and nutrition. And then once you realize how powerful that is, you might not even add cardio until you get down to 15%, 12%, 10%. But you still don't have to, because I get down to 10%, sub 10% without even fucking hitting cardio. All right, that's simple. So train for performance, train for progressive overload. Simple stuff. Don't just spam cardio for no fucking reason because you're sweating so you feel like you're doing something. Just because you're working harder doesn't mean you're getting to your goals. Work smarter, not harder. Right? I don't care about how hard people work in the gym because they try to justify like, well, I'm working harder. I don't give a shit because results don't care either. Are you doing the right shit or not? All right. Now, realistic fat loss pace is what a lot of people need to ingrain in their brain. Okay. So 1 to 2 pounds per week is ideal. However, if you're gaining muscle in the initial stages, right, then your weight might be stagnant or it might go up, which is totally fine. That's totally fine. Fast drops, aggressive drops will be more muscle loss. So if you lose, like 7 pounds in the first week, depending on how much weight you have to lose, that could be fine. If you have like a lot of water weight and stuff like that. But if it's like week 5 and you lost 6 pounds and you're only like 240, then you might be losing some muscle. All right. So you want less aggressive losses, which is not going to be as exciting because people get dopamine hits from weight loss on the scale. But it just means like when I see less weight being lost and I execute a whole week, I know that's a good thing because that means I'm retaining more muscle. That's how you got to start looking at it. All right. Focus on consistency, not just overnight results. All right. Small wins compound over time. And that's really how you make big changes. Simple. All right. So your action plan. Simple shit. Nothing crazy. Nothing overdoing it. Like I said, you guys overdo everything. The comment section is like every time I look at the comment section, I don't respond to a lot of people anymore because they're just cooked and they've been saying the same thing for a long time. But I see in the comment section people trying to overcomplicate fitness. I'm like, bro, it's not that deep. I see people in the comment section saying, of course, the carnivore, the keto, like, no, carnivore, it really keeps me full, and they're fat as shit. I'm like, bro, you're not even shredded. You don't even look good. Shut the fuck up. Or someone would be like, nah, bro, like you gotta do 5 miles a day, blah blah blah, and they can't even see their abs or like they don't have any muscle. And I'm just like, why would I listen to you? Like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because in reality, if your goal is just body game and aesthetics, all you got to do is lift 4 to 5 times a week and focus on nutrition and just keep doing that over and over again until boom, you built enough muscle. That's what it takes. All right. You're not doing, there's going to be no shortcuts. A lot of you guys keep attempting these no, there's no shortcuts. All right. Just be consistent. Stop restarting every Monday. Stop starving yourself during the week. No, I'm going to do 1,500 calories. Go ahead. Literally, nobody has to do 1,500 calories to get lean, unless you're getting stage ready. A lot of you guys are above 20% body fat, you should not be seeing 1,500 calories. You should even be thinking about that shit. It's not necessary. You shouldn't be thinking about that. I don't care if you have insulin resistance. Everyone who has insulin resistance, by the way, it literally has nothing to do with. It's like your carbs aren't bad. You're simply eating chips, candy, and you're in a surplus eating like 4,000 calories. So if you drop it down to 3,000 and you eat sweet potatoes, oatmeal, rice, yes, white rice in moderation with the protein, and you're losing fat, your insulin resistance is going down. It's not that deep. It's that simple. All right. So all the overcomplication in the comments, y'all need to stop that shit. Keep it simple. Fat loss isn't that hard, guys. Now, if you're locked in, ready to change your life, right? There's a lot of you guys who have been fat as shit for a while and you really want to get lean. Link is in the description. Also, a lot of you guys are struggling, to attract women or you're getting disrespected by women. It all starts with the physique. Link is in the description, fellas.